Welcome back to Crypto's Juiciest News. Pumpkin, the Bitcoin monthly candle is now green again. You can feel a surge of optimism in our hearts, in our pointy elbows, in our fluffy slippers, everywhere. So we've just had the FOMC, right? So the FOMC ended QT, I think next month. They pretty much said it's the end of QT. Quantitative tightening. And, you know, it's the whole balance sheet stuff, right? And they're basically, I guess, they're preparing for some sort of slowdown, maybe imposed by Donald Trump tariffs and stuff out here. That's macroeconomy-wise, right? But we don't give a crap about that. Like, it's all going to fix itself out anyway. Like, if you go down or up, we can't control it, right? There was no euphoria in altcoins, so I'm continuing to hold. Here is the Bitcoin weekly candle chart. This is weekly. We have this tiny little green. Going to go back to this 21 EMA. But still, we're looking out for by the end of April, friends. So anywhere from now to the end of April, I think by the end of April, there's like the 70-day or whatever, the 50-day delay lag trick of the global M2 money supply that everyone's watching goes up. But I'm going to stop talking about it every day now because I don't want to manifest any disappointment. Because as you know by now, every time everyone's like looking at one thing, it's like, oh, please go up, please go up. It ends up blowing up in everyone's faces when it comes to these fractals and everything out here. Now, the talk of the town is Ethereum. Did Ethereum go up 7%? Wow. This is the Bitcoin dominance still hanging out here, literally doing nothing. I can't believe it. And someone actually zoomed up to like a 3-minute chart of Bitcoin dominance. And I was like, dude, this thing's not even, what are you even excited about? The ETH BTC has slightly, ever so slightly come back green. But dude, who gives a crap about this trash move, bro? You are down from your Ethereum spot ETF. You are down 58%. Man, you literally need to rally 140%. Well, I guess you got to start somewhere. That's what they say, right? So you deserve some Pumpy G music as we rotate our Squirtle hat. Now, it has been very tumultuous, friends, especially in all of cryptocurrency, right? It's very, very interesting. I have this chart here, friends. I've just noticed, look at the blood moon. I marked out this blood moon from like last year, September. Like here it is, the blood moon. But you know what's sad, right? I remember last year, we were hoping we were like much higher and then the blood moon comes and then we go up. But look at this, we barely ran up. We had the blood moon dip anyway. So the next one is in September. I wonder when that happens. These are two fractals from, okay, the red fractal is China banning Bitcoin and killing the bull market. The blue fractal is a compressed 2017, the Donald Trump cycle. So which one is it going to get? Well, here's the thing, friends. Have you noticed? You get a rally anyway, but the second half of the year is the most important part because in 1 year, it was a dud because we went down so much earlier. And then that was from the China ban. We dropped 50% of Bitcoin. That was the killer price. But in the other one, we didn't have such a move. It was like a 30% drop, and then we continued up higher. So that's what pretty much the data says. Like, if Bitcoin does a full 50% retrace, bull market's dead. Bull market literally dead. It's totally dead. But it doesn't mean like it just dies from that point. You get a complacency rally, but like it's over. It's over. That's if it does a full 50% retrace. Because that's what it did in 2021. It went from 67K, went below 35K pretty much, 35 to 40. It went all the way down to like 28, just killed it. And it's all cope if you're just hoping for things to turn around. So, but in 2017, it didn't have that. It only stopped like 30%. Which I know you're like, hey man, the difference between 30 and 50, crypto's volatile. Yeah, I know. That's why we all get nervous. That's why we all have like anxiety when the move is happening. And we're hoping it stops. Now, friend, if you allow me to just inflame some people, I will still maintain peg nipples as we traverse these tumultuous times. Before we even move on to PulseChain stuff out here, the others BTC chart is still low. They've ended QT. I wonder if that's going to be some sort of pivotal moment following the money printer and stuff out here. Remember, it's all about Ethereum, friends. It's literally all about Ethereum. Now, I'm just going to quickly show you something. By the way, you can do this pretty much for every altcoin as a rough estimate, okay? If you go back to March a year ago, Ethereum hit $4,000. Yeah, it hit $4,000. So Ethereum dropped 50% in a year. We did not expect that. I did not think Ethereum was going to be dropping from 4,000 down to 1,700 pretty much, like more than 50% drop. However, now that it did, everything is an altcoin, not everything, obviously 99% of stuff. We're slingshot leverage on ETH, yeah? So with Ethereum, Ethereum being down 50%. What did, from this point, what did PulseChain drop? It dropped minus 87%. Ouch, man, that sucks. But it did. It did. Can't do anything about it, okay? So, but also in that period of time, also curious, if you just want to check it out, okay, what did pDAI do since that March period? Okay, pDAI is actually up 40%. That's interesting. From that early March point. Here it is. Where's early March? Wow. It's actually up from March 3rd, March 4th. It's up 30%. That's wild, man. Everything else is down. Now friends, that's the winning Solana coins. Man, that's wild. Now I think about it. Wow, you're still up from March of last year. Damn, that's Ethereum $4,000, but we'll see. And also, if I go back to this chart, right? So, friends, it being down 85%, I'm guessing, just totally guessing, if Ethereum goes to 6,000. So what we do is go back to just see Ethereum's price chart right here. We see Ethereum, friends. Ethereum was 4,000 up here. Unfortunately, it dropped 56%. It's still down 50%. So everything is an altcoin. You take the risk, right? So that's the risk with altcoins, friends. Your risk is liquidity access. So like if you put in money into an altcoin that you need in the next like 4 years, it's risky. Because like, yeah, you need stuff to go up, but you need everything to go up. Yeah, and that might take a while. So if things go down for the next year, look what happened. We got a freak accident. Ethereum did 4 red monthly candles in a row, this piece of garbage. It went down. Yeah, exactly it. That's what it did. It actually went down. Wow, didn't know it hit 4,095 in December. Did it really hit that? That's crazy. Ethereum hit 4,095, but PulseChain actually barely went up. That's almost how you knew the move was a fake, almost complacency trap rally. Look where we were in December. PulseChain still made a lower low. So yeah, it's kind of funny, fans. Isn't it weird? PulseChain was still 50% below its all-time high, but it's March 24. It's kind of like PulseChain, like the market knew it wasn't a real move for some reason. It was going to be a double pop in Ethereum. But if Ethereum does the real move, and of course I don't want it to stop at just $6,000. But let's say it does go to 6K. I mean, that's such an abysmally low price. But if it does 50% from this move, so let's say it goes up to 6K, we can go back and look at Pulse and go, all right, maybe you can do, instead of plus 50% like Ethereum, maybe you can do like plus 150%, right? Because you have some sort of premium on everything up here, right? That might be where PulseChain goes, right? Where it moves towards. Now, I don't want to jinx it. That's like obviously, that's like a 19x away. Damn, to be 6x sack price, but yeah, that's how you're guessing these things. Yeah, you don't know how far they go. Obviously, we hope it goes like 50x sack price, but that's pretty much how you navigate this. So like, yeah, otherwise, when things go down, you think you've made a wrong decision, right? No. Well, if you needed that money tomorrow or next week or next month, you did make a wrong decision because you put money in that you need, yeah? But how I interpret stuff my own way, so, and you do as well. So, but how I interpret it is like, no. Every time I'm in a casino, I keep rolling the dice. Eventually, the dice, it's like you have infinite spins. You have infinite time to basically roll the dice. Eventually, you'll get nice numbers. You roll like a 5. Maybe you're a lucky 5 guy or a girl. But unfortunately, we roll the 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2. That's why we keep rolling, right? But eventually, you roll the 5. That's what we need. Now, remember, friends, the US Fed and quantitative tightening and all these, it all comes down to the business ISM cycle. The data comes out in the next 5 to 10 days. And yeah, we need this. Like if we're ticking above 52, it's go time, okay? I don't know how high it goes up, but like that's what I've noticed from the chart myself, okay? When ISM's 52 or above, literally you're going to get some friendship pop. There's going to be some friendship pop. There was a fake out here that came back down, but like it is what it is. You just, once it starts cranking above there, we're like well in the gear. But there's no delay with it. Like as it's happening at the same time as markets are moving. So like we might see Bitcoin 120K, Ethereum, man, I'm hoping, I want to say Ethereum 5,000, 6,000, but like can I even rely on it for that piece of garbage? Let's say hope it is 6,000 and Bitcoin's 120K. We'll see, and the ISM will be like 54 with it. You know, so that's another thing just to think about. There's no free lunch, friends. There's no free lunch. Everything, you're taking bets. Everything's just taking bets. You're in a casino, you're taking bets. That's why we're always looking for a good bet. The bet has, okay, because crypto's so volatile, everything I put in crypto, I assume 100% downside. Even Bitcoin, okay? I assume 100% downside. And that makes you better at making decisions. That makes you stronger because even if it's down 80%, you're like, oh, it's not 100%. You see? So once you have, okay, 1x downside, now you can start to see, okay, what's the upside I want to look for where if this thing turns out, it ends up playing good, right? So for example, HEX is like 1 cent or whatever it is. You go, oh, maybe my upside is $2 and maybe my downside is I lose everything. 200x to 1. Maybe you're in pDAI. You think, oh, maybe this is like, now I think it's like 300x to $1 and downside is 1x. Right, maybe you're in PulseX, maybe you think it's going to go 50x stack price, but yeah, but you also got to be careful because what everyone does is they'll just like imagine infinitely higher prices out here. So it's not so easy just to do it, but if you tune your mind to do it, you end up winning. Now, because you are a sweetie pie, and I appreciate you, this is my juicy news post. Ethereum friends, you are still on a tulip emoji. Ethereum, you're a piece of garbage. Why is it a tulip? Just to let you know, friends, I gave it the coffin emoji for a very long time. But there is no bottom in Ethereum. So the coffin, basically it's been so long, it's weathered away. It has disintegrated. The worms have eaten away even at the wood. They're wood-eating worms. Everything's gone now. There's literally nothing left. There's a whole new layer of geography. It's now just sprouting tulips, which is very fitting for crypto as well. So I've written here, right? Ethereum rallying 7% is so pathetic and abysmal, but considered euphoria now because the baseline expectation is $1,000 and another 4 years of hell. That's pretty much the Ben Copen attitude and everything out here. A lot of these big people, they've made like a very, very sticky name for themselves to like really bet against Ethereum. So like even when they do turn the other way, they're always going to be known as just Ethereum Fudders, which like, friends, I'm telling you, man, you've seen Vitalik's head. Friends, telekinesis. He doesn't even need to be in the same room as you. He can literally remote view you wiping your own butt. Do you want to take the other side of somebody who can telekinesisly move stuff telepathically? I don't. The corrupt SEC have officially dropped the XRP lawsuit. I will give them not 1, not 2, not 4, not even 5, but 3 claps for the XRP army for that. I believe you do deserve it. And remember, friends, I didn't celebrate SEC as friends, even when Richard Hart defeated them, because I want everyone to be looked after. That's the type of person I am, abundance mindset. I want to win for every single person out here. I don't care about, like, you know, just us. I don't care about us or me or the things that we need to go up, etc. Now, this is the XRP price chart doing its nice flag here. It's at $2.50. I got a lot of friends and family. Everyone's holding this. Every barber, every dentist, everyone has XRP. A lot of you guys want to know what's the target for XRP. I could just show you this. Okay, so what you can do is like you have to use the market cap for this, which is what I'll do. And I've got the fibs here. I don't know. If you're a believer, I hope it gets here for you. That's about another 3.5x from here. So it would be about 8, 9, 10 bucks. Just be careful of waiting for 10 because whatever stops at like $9. And everyone's front running at 3.5x from here. But, you know, 3.5x is amazing because XRP did a fast 6x already. So that means the total thing would be 20. I mean, like, congratulations to everyone in XRP. And I got to remind everybody, I made a lot of XRP videos last year. I was praying for XRP to break the high because it would be a good example for every other crypto community out there to show them what's possible. XRP as well. So a lot of XRP, I mean, they get inflamed by this, but it's true, bro. No banks are using you guys. It is fact. You guys admitted you forked Uniswap, the AMM model. You're just basically copy pasting everything else out here. But hey, all power to you, man, because the valuation's high, the XRP army is strong, and I want them to succeed like everyone else. And also remember, friends, so with PulseChain, there's been a Richard Hart tweet. Everyone's saying he's talking about pDAI, but here's the thing, okay? Of course I have pDAI, friends. The thing, though, is there is an SEC case going on right now with Richard Hart again. Yeah, the judge extended it. So the SEC is in like clawback mode. They're like, okay, we have 1 month to extend and make up shit to the judge as a reason why we have like, why we can go after this guy. Because the SEC are basically a full-on scum, okay? So I've got his post here. You'll read it. Now, obviously, because pDAI, friends, has literally the biggest mind share on PulseChain, okay? The most contrarian, biggest mind share, most controversial. It's the first stock unicorn. No one's ever seen anything like it. Literally, no one's ever seen anything like it. If it works out, even if it doesn't work out, no one's ever seen anything like this. What we've been going through, okay? Even the friends, just look at the Maria FUD thing we just had. So I've nicknamed that time. It's the Maria FUD candle, what we've seen. So Richard Hart has made this tweet. One of the stupidest things in crypto is when people pretend a coin was founded by someone or secretly supported by someone. It sounds as stupid as, yeah, man, Satoshi's actually behind this coin. Telling the truth is better than lying. Tell the truth. So people have automatically assumed that means he's like, ha ha ha, I am nothing to do with pDAI. That's what people have interpreted, because there's a most thing that they're actually thinking about. Just like, friends, how when Richard talks about any coin, for example, when he bagged out like crypto.com indirectly and stuff out here, when he bags out Bitcoin, because when Richard talks, the mind share around him is HEX, okay? Whenever he says anything about any coin, people go, look at your chart. That's the first thing they say, because it's the mind share. Yeah, and you've seen that. Even people in their own community, you always see it as well. They're like, hey, can we like not be down 98% before we start talking about other founders and stuff here? That's what pretty much it. So I'm just here reporting that to you. You all know everyone does that. Everyone literally does that. They're like, oh yeah, this or that. Okay, so when it comes to mind share, and like it's basically in your mind, right? Like I guess it's part of your brain that the words are like linked forever here. It's very, very hard to shake off, actually. It's also one of the reasons why when Richard Hart fudded eHEX, I was like, well, this thing is like your full-on life identity now. It's your first coin. Even though, like, you know what I mean? And it was on Ethereum. So that's another aspect to think about. So that's why I reminded you, right? He emphasizing be specific in the tweet. So obviously, I have a post here just to clarify things, how I interpret them. So he didn't mention pDAI specifically, of course, but obviously people are interpreting it because, you know, this is what happens, friends. When there's a big capitulation, there's always, this is the funny part, man. If I didn't show you that tweet, okay, look, let's say you did not see that tweet. Yeah, pretend the tweet doesn't exist, and you just saw a chart like that, right? He's done the tweet here. Just think about it. Think about it. Friends, it's funny. This is funny, right? Maria dumping, this is funny. Maria dumping calls this, but Richard Hart tweeting that maybe has nothing to do with pDAI does that. Isn't it amazing how the market price action is so effective at figuring out stuff? Isn't it? It blows my mind. Friends, if I showed you Maria saying your friend Somi is going to murder him with BitBoy, if I showed you that and then I showed you Richard Hart's tweet, you would guess this candle is Richard Hart's capitulation tweet saying I'm not doing pDAI, and then this candle would be Maria. But it's actually the other way around. So what's going on here? Well, if you've been watching my videos, which I know you have, and I still have peg nipples, if you've been watching my videos, you know, okay, it's a cycle, it's a continuum, and news events like words, they're not enough to shake the fundamentals. People eventually figure stuff out. The market is actually, it's amazing how stuff prices in. So the market can price stuff in by indirect logic. What I mean by that is, okay, I've just made that term up, okay? In terms of, okay, so Richard's had like 2 years to say, oh, I heard a rumor there's an unbacked stablecoin that might rhyme with pDAI on the chain. I have nothing to do with it, even though I made it my first logo. There's a big wallet that could only have received funds from the MMM. I'm probably got hacked by a pawn.exe Trojan to do that. But the rumors circulating this coin are all fake, and this thing is actively vulture attacking PulseChain. So he's had 2 years to say that, to make his say and say, I know all these facts look this, but he has not explained any of these things. How come the thing with all the biggest points have these coins, number one? How come he made it the first logo? Why all this? He has not explained any of that. Why are there whitelisted addresses that were added manually, only added in the automatic market maker fixer bot phase of PulseChain? So like, are you saying you had nothing to do with the launch? Did you give access to somebody else to run the chain? Like all these things that have lined up. As time goes on, it doesn't matter what Richard says. The market goes, wait, every day that passes is a day he has not explained all these things. So people hold. They buy and they hold. That's why, friends, a lot of these things, right? So that's why, friends, it's a game of believers. Yeah. So game of believers are like, you know what? First logo, you've said DAI, decentralized stablecoin, whatever, I'm in. The earlier you are, it's super risky, but you get the highest upside. Yeah. But also you put in like lottery ticket stuff. Okay. If you are waiting later and later on, you want this, what people want more specific stuff. They want, hey, tell me it's going to work. Tell me it's going to go up. But look, man, I will tell you this as well, man. Why didn't Richard, why didn't he tell you the plan in 2020 with Hex? Why didn't he tell you the plan? Why didn't he tell you he was going to sell the Ethereum top and make this thing exactly go 10,000x? Why didn't he say that? Reasons. Faithful believers. Okay, look, friends, he just operates the way he is, right? Is it trolling? Is it shaking out weak hands? We know he has a tendency to do this stuff. So, and it's literally just a game of belief. And by the way, he did do anti-eHEX FUD tweets as well. So I'll be making more tweets and stuff later on just to go about that. Also, just quickly as well, friends, just check this out. March 13, 2024, Richard wrote, Ethereum had a fork and left over Ethereum Classic. Bitcoin had a fork. It left over Bitcoin Cash. Hex had a fork and left over eHEX from Ethereum. He literally killed eHEX. And look at this, friends. Look at the bottom. It marked the exact bottom of eHEX. The exact bottom to the day. I know the day. March 13, 2024. And since this bottom, eHEX outperformed pHEX by 300%. I actually I shout out to Mr. Dirty Crypto. I think I replied to you because I just saw their first comment out here. I'm like, oh, wow, it's funny. The moment everybody said eHEX is inferior to pHEX, it actually went up 300%, which is just hilarious. This is the eHEX to Pulse ratio, friends. This is it, March 13. Look at all the volume coming in here. Bang, 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 bang. It went up. Look at this. 1,000% pretty much. 10x against Pulse. That, friends, he literally, and by the way, there are a lot more tweets out here. I just want to show you how intense it got up here. You can see all the big rounds of FUD. Look at the bottom section here. All his tweets. All his tweets. When we look back now to the eyes of history, it now looks like he was shaking out BankX. Doesn't it? Or maybe he just decided, let's kill eHEX, see what happens. And then he's like, you know what? People really want it. How? Okay, let's bring it back. That's why it makes you think about stuff like this, right? Now, in Richard Hart's tweet, tell the truth. Friends, I want to ask you something, okay, personally, okay? Friend to friend. When when the origin address of Hex moved coins and staked, did you tell your friends and family that it was Richard Hart? Or did you say, hello, friends and family, I'm going to now give you a 60-second explanation of this address. It may or may not be Richard Hart. It's definitely not him, as he said. Nobody knows who controls the origin address. It's linked to a series of keys. The origin address is never sold. No one knows. Technically, has found the thing's decentralized. It could be an African priest. No one exactly knows how many coins it owns or what exactly it does. No one knows all these A, B, C, D, E. Do you go through this? Oh, it could be all these like A to Z 60-second explanation and go, anyway, that thing I'm talking about has staked Hex, right? Do you say that every time you talk to them, every conversation? Or do you just say, Richard staked the Hex part. He's saving the price. So we just summarize things in our minds. It is what it is, okay? So, I mean, like, technically, right, Richard's saying tell the truth about stuff. Yeah, but friends, here's the thing. Well, we all say, oh, PulseChain, but if you go speak to literally 99.9% of people in crypto, they call it Richard's chain. They call it Richard's chain. And sometimes they'll joke and they say Vitalik's chain. Tolly's chain. People say that. But he's got the SEC thing on now. So, look, he made a tweet asking to tell the truth. So, here's the thing, friends. Obviously, there's no dig at any other coin out here. I'm just using an example. If you want to go buy the JPEG DAI from Pump Tires, if you want to buy Richard's DAI there, right? Well, I can't call it Richard's DAI. That's what he's saying. So, they said Richard Hart's DAI on PulseChain, okay? So, if you want to buy that, you're free, man. You're free. I want everyone to win. But he could be talking about stuff like that, right? He could be talking about stuff like that. But, you know, some people are speculating it's the pDAI because it has the biggest mindshare. He could also be stressing as well, I don't like my label. Stop saying stuff is like my coin. It's decentralized. Because he's a smart guy like that, right? It's kind of like, he doesn't like the brushing of the terms. You know what I mean? So that's it. Because, and here's the thing as well, friends. If you went through all this effort to, like, this is the hard part. If you went through all this effort to do the pDAI thing, then you can't come out and say it's yours. You can't. well, it defeats the whole purpose. It's meant to be a decentralized stablecoin if it works out. Yeah, if it works out. So you can't go, hey, decentralized stablecoin, but it's actually mine. It defeats the whole purpose. Yep, so like as I explained, friends, so it's a bit of technical difficulties. Ask yourself, when the OA moves, do you think it's Richard Hart? So just ask yourself in your brain, when it moves, does your brain automatically summarize it as Richard Hart? You know, if someone puts a gun to your head, even though you can't see the bullets, if they tell you the bullets aren't loaded, you will start to sweat. You still start to sweat. I'm giving you examples out here. So yeah, one speculation, like I said, that he didn't go to all the trouble to distance himself unless there was good reason. And obviously the truth is Richard Hart didn't found pDAI, PWBTC, or any other P tokens. And the example I use is, it's just like if you make a shopping center, you did not make the businesses in the shopping center, right? You don't necessarily support them. You have the shopping center. It is what it is. That's legally, you're separated from them. What if there's crimes that commit in the shopping center? Okay, whether they do something good or do something bad, you have nothing to do with it. I just make the shopping center. I am not responsible for the stuff on there. That's it, okay? And look, it could be illegal stuff as well. Look, friends, it could, you know, from his perspective, he goes, oh, if people say I'm responsible for pDAI, that means I'm responsible for every P token. He goes, I'm not signing up for that. It could be that. It could be something like that, friends. It could be something like that. Right? And you got to remember, in this game, man, we know, friends, markets go up over time. Crypto has a growth rate over time. If you're constantly looking for the reason to get you out, there'll be 15,000 opportunities to sell. This is literally a believers only cycle. You know this. It's a believers only cycle. It's a moggers only cycle. So non-believers get mogged. Could be getting mogged in real time right now. The odds. It's a casino. No crying in the casino. I wish everyone the best. Like he said though, right? Here's the thing, man. He could own a big supply of the P tokens himself. By the way, I've made so many videos. There are suspiciously large wallets which can't be confirmed as him, just like it's an origin address. There's large suspicious wallets that owns 30% of PWBTC. The purple Bitcoin, there's 150,000. I think it's got like 40,000, okay? We don't know who it is. He didn't found the coin. You know, we go through this word salad every time, bro. If I go through that, 19 minutes on my video will be legally, warning, this is may or may not. Do you know what I mean? I'm a peanut brain like everyone else. Unless you can give me the answer, what comes next, I have to do this. That's how I see it. I have to do it. That's not my fault. That's not my fault. And not your friends. I don't blame you for your assumptions, friends. Do you know how many times people come in, they say the same stuff? Like they always go, oh, how can I trust what that person says? Maybe they have a bag bias. Maybe they are along this, they are along that, bro. Everybody in this world has a bias to an extent. Okay, like if you're team red and someone else is team blue, oh, you just want team red to win because you're wearing a red jersey. You're biased to them. Yes, welcome to life. That's it. It's competition, friends. So, you know, I've heard people say just something if you want to go to technicalities as well, right? Interesting, right? So Richard never found any of the coins. He's not responsible for any P token. You know, he might be. Grok says there's a 60% chance that he's operating on pDAI. Whatever that word means. 60% chance. Grok. 60% isn't 100%, okay? You take your bets. He tweeted about pDAI 6 times though. He showed the chart. He didn't even tweet about the PRV chart. He didn't even tweet about the PTGC chart. Which is funny because I think, look, if we pump out, if pDAI goes up, what I think is, you know, if we go up to 10 cents, there might be a new level of FUD here. Richard, you're probably watching here. You know what would be a good idea to FUD everyone out, Richard, if this is really you, if this is you? Let's say pDAI goes, let's say it actually recovers up. It goes to like 15 cents. When it comes down, maybe it comes back down here to like 3. Post like another P token chart. Post like PRV. Not PWBTC, BTC or pDAI. Post like PRV or something. And then that'll be a nice FUD. Because everyone will be like, see, he's posting about other P tokens. He's not actually behind the pDAI. And then I'll be like, oh, like, so if we got up here, friends, I don't know if we get up here, but then I'll be like, oh, remember when he said there was infinite money printing here? And now you're coming back and saying it's not actually his again. That'd be nice. It'd be funny if Richard does it. Also, if we're talking about semantics, I've heard some of you say as well, like, well, technically, Richard didn't raise $27 million for charity because it's the sacrifice community's money, right? But that's why Richard uses the word raise, right? I raised it. I could have taken it. I raised. See what I mean? Like, just we're dealing with these words, man. Like, just there's too many words, not enough green candles. That's what I say. I'm gonna get one here for you. I've been waiting for you, baby, a long time. Remember, friends, splitting hairs with words might lose focus on the big picture. Believers only. You gotta assess the odds yourself. Just assess the odds yourself. I mean, by the way, look at this. Just like having a look at the chart is just, it's just like, it's the only thing that goes up on the chain like this. It's just, it's so weird. It's so weird. It's so weird. Oh, is it like, here's the thing, right? Even if you say, look, it's a left curve narrative, it gets a lot of retardios. Okay, but enough retardios to battle Pulse being down 85% from a year ago. Come on, man. Pulse down 85% from a year ago. Friends, PulseChain, PLS, is still down 70% below SAC price. More than that, 72% from 4 years ago. How the truck is this thing going up? How the truck is going up? Look, don't take my word for it, okay? Don't take my word for it. I'm full on guessing. I'm guessing, okay, Richard's buying it. I'm guessing he buys these dips. I'm guessing he accumulates on accounts. Someone's accumulating. Something's going on. I don't know what it is. Okay, that's what I'm just guessing here. Could be wrong. Could be wrong, right? I'm not all in. I've got to account for me being wrong. Just like everything else, it's a coin toss. It doesn't have to always come out heads. It can come out tails. But it's just, to me, it's just weird. It's just really, really weird that Ethereum's down, PulseChain's down, Hex is down, PulseX is down, Richard Hart, SEC, Interpol, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, for some reason, this thing is fighting gravity. We'll see. A friendly reminder, friends, once again, okay, for every other coin out there, you know, there's the JPEG ticker dies, like, you know, the DAI, the ADA, the XRP, the ETH, the BTC, those tickers, the Peppy there. Honestly, let the best coin win. Okay, that's it. I have absolutely, I have abundance mindset. When people start to get antagonistic in PvP, okay, because it's red candle mode, duh, like PulseChain's down, freak accident levels with Ethereum. Everyone's free to choose. We're all in a casino. We don't have all the answers. And there's always going to be soy boys. What they try to do is because they'll look at other camps and go, oh, you led your people to slaughter, or you did this, you that. No crying in casino. Move on. No one cares about you. 90% call, 10% lottery. Okay. I love and appreciate, friends. A lot of people from the community completely understand it. Every time I watch Corey's videos, every time I watch or anyone PulseChain community videos, I always hear the term 90% call, 10% lottery. 90% call, 10% lottery. No excuses. You're in a casino. If it doesn't work, don't cry. You got your cause. But then they say, hey, man, that's why a lot of people in pDAI community, just be honest, they're like, Somi, I've got it inverted. 90% lottery, 10% call. Yeah, but that's just because your lottery grew up so much and the calls are like blistered down. You know, you can't account for that. So it depends, right? The more you research stuff, the more it becomes a core anyway. So it's subjective too. Now, in other news as well, friends. So BlackRock pumps the Bitcoin bags, saying Bitcoin is an emerging global monetary alternative. Hopefully it gets it back above 100K. Solana ETFs are launching tomorrow. And I mentioned watch the Sol BTC ratios. It will be interesting to see what the Solana ETFs can do. It's just funny, man. It launches on here. I wonder if it will be able to give it a lower high at least enough before it comes back down. A lot of people believe it's going to go for the next leg. A lot of people believe this is a bull-on flag and it's going up again. I think if it's going to be super strong, it's got to, man, you got to take a big stab at the Donald Trump celeb token launch stuff. So we'll see. But yeah, there's big narrative risk, I guess, right now as well. We just had the Beamcoin, the JPEG super cycle, which happened on Solana. What if real world assets come, right? They're minting stuff, obviously on Ethereum, but we'll see. You know, Solana says they have real world assets. Everyone says they got real world assets. So we'll find out. As well, friends, so the Fed Reserve left their rates unchanged, as I mentioned before, but they're saying, hey, no more QT. QT's ended now. So that's why we have a boost to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stuff that he's starting to move up. Fed Chairman Powell says inflation is going up because of the Trump tariffs. So that's pretty much what he's saying. Evil bug eater over there. And then Trump is speaking tomorrow at the Digital Asset Summit tomorrow. Honk! Honk it! So you've seen everything now. Also, shout out to my friend Pablo. Has anybody checked with XRPs? We finally won pump. 8%. Us in PulseChain should take note. Very awesome, sirs. Also, Mr. Alt Sammy Korg. Feels like a slow grind to get completely shift from QT to QE. Yeah, that's what they do. They go, because everyone like, you know, Arthur Gaze and everyone, they expected economy like crashes, they have to do infinite QE straight away. But what we've actually seen now, we got the slow burn period. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, man. I don't think it's gonna like. I think we're gonna go up as they're barely doing any QE. Like you never know, man. Like we might find when they like start to do the bigger portions of QE is actually the top. It could be that. It literally could be that. We'll see. We'll see how that plays out. So they do ramp it. They went from QT. Now they pause. Then they're going to wait for a jitter crack. You never know. Maybe Blood Moon. Maybe Blood Moon. Maybe it'll run up. And then Blood Moon is a crack in the economy in September this year. And then the Fed goes, you know what? We're going to start the QE purchase for like 10 billion or something. But, you know, with the timing of the cycle, we'll have to play it by ear, right? Play it by ear. Really, it all comes down to, like I say, friends, euphoria is on others BTC. You need multiple green candles in a row. Okay, you know how bad we've had it? We only had one in 2024. Look at this. I'm going to show you where January is. Look at that. We only had March, one green candle. And then we had one in September, trash. And then we had Trump winning. That was it. We never had more than one in a row. We've had a consistent, consecutive red monthly candles in a row. That's a freak accident and stuff here. That's what we see. When is it going to go multiple green? I don't know. We're supposed to be green now based off the past fractals. So I guess we'll find out what goes later on. Remember, friends, no crying in the casino. Like, subscribe. Catch you in the next one.